Vroom, vroom, vroom. We are back.
I wasn't aware we were starting.
Yeah, we're
vroom,
starting.
Vroom.
Vroom,
Hello. Hey, everyone.
We are back for another podcast episode of Ty and Jimmy Talk. I am Jimmy.
I'm Ty. We haven't done that in a while.
No, it's been like 10 episodes since we've done that.
Yeah,
Not exactly, but
I'm going to
around
fact check that and put it on the screen, dude.
Please don't.
Yeah, we're here with a little bit of a different one today.
Yeah, it's our first of this kind of format, and I'm really excited to do it. So today we are actually going to be ranking all of the Mario Karts.
Yeah, so we had a discussion about wanting to do a Mario Kart episode.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, would we do 8 Deluxe? And we're like, or do we want to talk about other Mario Karts? And we were like, what if we just do a ranking of, there are only 8 Mario Kart games.
Yeah.
And we're excluding here everything after 8 Deluxe. So the home circuit one. And
Yeah,
we're not
the arcades.
Yeah, and we're not including
The DLC?
No. On the phone, Mario Kart
Tour. Yeah.
Tour. Yeah, that was the name of it. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're not including just the 8 mainline Mario Kart games, which I will read off to you in order now, so that everyone's on the same page.
Good call.
So starting with Super Mario Kart on the SNES, which came out in 1992. Super Mario Kart 64 in 1996.
Yep.
Super Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance from 2001.
Yep.
Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube from 2003. Mario Kart DS from 2005, obviously on the DS.
Yep.
Mario Kart Wii, obviously on the Wii.
You don't have to explain these ones.
Yeah, Mario Kart Wii 2008.
Yep.
Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS from 2011. And Mario Kart 8, which came out on the Wii U in 2014, but we're going to be talking about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which came out on the Switch in 2017.
Yep.
So those are the 8 games that we're going to be looking at.
Yeah. And Deluxe is just like the base Mario Kart 8 with all the DLC that came out.
Yes,
for
of
the Wii
course.
U.
Yeah. And like, I never played 8 on the Wii U.
Yeah, me neither.
But I have played like hundreds
the game.
of hours of 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, same.
You know, so yeah.
When we include like the most recent DLC waves.
We can count the DLC. I mean, that doesn't affect my rankings.
It doesn't affect my ranking, but like when I wrote it down, I wrote down like some of my favorite tracks from each game.
Oh, I did not do that.
I just did
That's a good idea. Damn it, dude.
Well, I'm sure you can think of some from the top of your head.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, though,
I will probably say some tracks and you'll be like, oh.
Because of 8 Deluxe, though, because it just has every fucking track. Like, I don't remember which one came from where.
Yeah.
When it's in front of me on the screen, I'm like, yes, I remember this.
Says the console.
Actually, the only one I remember off the top of my head is Coconut Mall from the Wii.
Yeah, of
because
course
that might be my favorite track of all time. I fucking love that track.
You're a basic Mario Kart bitch.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
So the way we're going to do this is we'll start with who wants to go first? We should roll a dice or something. Scissors, paper, rock.
All right. Scissors, paper, rock. Fuck. Scissors, paper, rock. Hey.
Okay, so you'll go first.
Yep.
Or last? What do you want to go?
I'll go first.
Okay, sure.
But first, I want to guess your top 3.
Oh, yes.
And then you guess my top 3.
And then we'll jump back and forth. So you'll do your 8th, I'll do my 8th.
Yep.
You do your 7th, I'll do... Yeah, and so on and forth.
Good.
But yeah, so
Awesome.
what do you think my top 3 are going to...
Okay.
And in any order or in the specific order?
Let's go specific.
Sure, what do you think...
Okay,
let's go 3, 2, 1 then. What do you think number 3 is for me?
I was gonna be like, do you have a pencil just so I can write it down and not forget? I won't forget.
Sure.
Number 3 would be Mario Kart Wii.
Sure.
Number 2 is Mario Kart DS.
Sure.
Number 1 is Deluxe.
Sure, okay.
Okay.
And then, so my guess is for you.
Yep.
I actually think I want to guess like similar.
Yeah.
I think your number 3 will be Wii.
Mm-hmm.
I think your number 2... I don't know. I think your number 2... No, I think number 3 will be 64. I think 2 will be Wii, and I think 1 will be 8 Deluxe.
Okay. Cool.
64 Wii, yeah.
All right.
So,
Very
do you want to jump in, though, with...
Let's do it.
Well, let's jump in, yeah. Number 8.
Jump right in.
What's your final position?
All right. I wrote a list of everything.
I wrote a list on my phone,
So
yeah.
I'm just going to... I'll be looking down at it every now and then. Number 8 is Mario Circuit for the Game Boy Advance.
Sure, okay.
I've just started playing it recently, actually, because it came out with like the Game Boy Advance on Switch.
Yeah.
So I got back into it again. I played it for a little bit when I was a kid, and I think I beat it. It's not all of these Mario Karts are good.
I think
Like,
I wanted to say that as well, is like number 8 for me, And like all of them, like they're all good. Like
Yeah.
this top 8 is like above some other lists of like games. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they're all good.
Like other lists, it's easy to put last.
Yeah, whereas this was a
Yeah.
bit harder to put. I mean, my final position is easy to put, and you know
Yeah.
why, and I'll explain why when we get to it. But
Yeah.
I think even like 6, 5, 6, 7, because they're lower, they're still not bad games though.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you've got Super Circuit as your number 8.
I just think, like, obviously there was a bit of an appeal to it because it was the first handheld Mario
Yeah, yeah.
Kart. But I don't know, it just doesn't really do much more. Like, it doesn't improve much on top of 64 and SNES. The graphics look amazing for
Yeah.
a Mario Kart game like that on a Game Boy. So I
They
really like
do
the
look solid, yeah.
And like, it's a fun Mario Kart to play. Like, they all control really well.
Hmm.
It's nice, but I don't really have many memories with the game. It doesn't do as much for me as the rest do.
Yeah,
but there's
yeah.
some cool tracks like Boo Lake. Riverside Park has beautiful graphics, and they
Riverside
just
Park is
remade
really
that
nice,
the
yeah.
DLC. It's like the
Yeah,
sunset
yeah.
looks really nice. Rainbow Road is a bit of a time. It's a really hard track to master. Once you get it, it's really fun.
Wow, we should do a follow-up to this later on where we rank Rainbow Roads.
I would be down. I would be so down for that.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Rank all of Bowser castles.
Rank Bow Road. So
Anyway,
those tracks are all really solid. To be
yeah,
honest.
and like Sky Garden, Sunset Wilds. I don't know if you've ever played that one.
No,
it's just
I
like this
can't
cowboy
remember.
western one, but like
Maybe.
the sky changes color the more you play it. So it goes from like
that's
daytime
cool.
to night. And it's really nice. It's really like
Yeah.
a lot of the tracks actually look really nice, and it's obviously an improvement on the Super Nintendo, but it's more so based on that, but with models from 64.
Nice one, yeah.
So it's a cool game. I do enjoy it, but it's just not. It doesn't do much for me
Fair enough, yeah.
as much as the others did, which is going to be controversial since Mario 64 and Super Nintendo are higher on my list, but they're probably like that. You know,
Worse
objectively, they're
games.
probably worse games.
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
I get you though.
That's my number 8.
Yeah.
What's yours?
My number 8, as you already know, is Double Dash on the GameCube because I've never played it.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
I don't have anything to say about that. I would like to play it.
Yeah.
If it ever came out like on the Switch, or if it came out like on an emulation of some kind on the Switch, or if they like re-released it on the Switch in some way, I'd absolutely get it and
Yeah.
play it. I just didn't have a GameCube growing up.
Same.
All my friends who had GameCubes didn't have Double Dash.
Yeah.
Like I just never had an opportunity to
Yeah,
play it. And I
that's
didn't
fair.
want to do it on Dolphin because that felt like it was going to be a bad time.
Yeah, it would have been a horrible time.
So I haven't played Double Dash, so
Yeah.
that's my easy number 8.
Easy. I do have a question though. What tracks do you like from that game? Because they've obviously remade a good amount of them across the latest few Mario
Like I said,
Karts.
I don't know. Like
Oh, you got Waluigi's Pinball. No, that's the DS.
yeah, this is why
Baby Park.
They all. Oh, I fucking hate Baby Park, dude.
Yoshi Circuit. The one like the islands in the shape of a Yoshi.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
in Deluxe. There's
like
Waluigi
that.
Stadium, which came out.
Okay, you came into this
DLC.
way more prepared than I did.
I'm a bit of a Mario Kart nerd.
I wrote
so
my list
doesn't
and I was
help.
like, yes, this is good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, my notes are as extensive
Yeah.
as I liked this game. I had it as a kid. It was fun. Like those are my notes. Yours are like,
Well
yes,
done.
these 3 tracks are my favorite. Like,
Well, my notes are the game, favorite tracks from those game, and then I have like a little star that says talk about memories.
sure.
That's
okay.
it.
I mean, but still, those are more
Yeah.
comprehensive anyway. But yes,
cool.
So that is our number 8.
That's number 8. Alrighty, number 7.
Number 7.
My number 7 is Mario Kart 7. For the
Really?
3DS. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Dude, compared to the rest of the Mario Karts on this list, it's I don't know. It's still a really solid Mario Kart, and I do like all of the new.
Oh, this got interesting.
Yeah,
real
this is
quick.
gonna get into,
Yeah.
this is gonna be an
Okay.
interesting list. You probably won't like my list.
You probably won't like mine now that you've said that.
Yeah. I don't know. I do really enjoy the game. I really like all the flying mechanics and going underwater and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really cool. And there's some cool tracks as well. Like DK Jungle is one of my all-time favorite
DK Jungle is
Mario
an
tracks.
outstanding track.
And like it's even better on the Deluxe.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that track. Rosalina's Ice World looks really pretty. Rainbow Road's nice
Yeah.
as well. I really enjoy Music Park, obviously
Music
because
Park,
we're
yeah.
both musos. I would
Yeah.
assume you really like that track too.
Yeah, yeah.
It just it still doesn't do as much for me. And again, I don't have as many memories with the game because I didn't own it for a really long time.
Sure, okay, yeah.
I didn't have a 3DS until maybe 2014, 2015. And even then, I don't think I got Mario Kart for a while
Yeah.
after that. It's just not as exciting. I don't think the roster is as good. There were some really odd additions. Like, they were cool additions. Like, you had Queen Bee, you had Wiggler. But I don't know. Like, a lot of the tracks that they brought back from other games are really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, there's no really cool battle mode. There's no cool mission mode like Mario Kart DS had.
I liked the mission mode on DS.
Yeah.
I've never enjoyed the battle modes though.
Yeah,
on any game.
They've
like,
usually been around the same.
Balloon battle, fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what's like the capture the flag one, like with
Yeah.
the crown, like
Yeah.
fine. King of the Hill,
King of the
fine,
Hill, yeah.
whatever.
Good
I don't
job.
know, like I always like kind of dread playing Mario Kart with people when they're like, let's do a battle mode. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I just want to race though. Like
Yeah.
battle modes are so slow and tedious and like
It's just not as fun.
not as fun to me. So like
Yeah.
battle modes did not even factor into my list in
Yeah,
the
they
slightest.
haven't
Yeah.
really for me. Maybe Mario Kart 8 Deluxe a little bit, just because it basically has every battle mode.
I
that
have
Mario
done
Kart has
the
had.
most battle modes on 8 Deluxe.
Yeah.
Purely for that reason. And
Yeah.
because of how accessible it is as a party game.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Still hate them though.
Yeah. The graphics for Mario Kart 3DS look really nice though.
They do,
It's probably
yeah.
the best apart from the Wii up until that stage.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, that's why it's kind of low for me. There's nothing there's nothing really standouty about that game
Fair enough.
to me.
Yeah.
And just I played a good amount of it. Like I beat it, but
Yeah.
just I haven't played it as much as the rest of the games on my list. And the rest of the games on the list have more of a sentimental attachment / I played them a fuck ton more.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the top like 4 on my list are that 100%. But like 5 through 8 are kind of like I'm gonna not talk very much about 5
Yeah.
through 8. Like
I feel like our experiences with Mario Kart are very different.
very different. I mean, just by this alone, just from the 2 we've said already, or from the 2 that you've said.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
I think I might have played a bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit. All right, cool. What's your number 7?
Super Circuit on the Game Boy.
Yeah, fair.
Mostly because I've only played it a few times, and when I did play it, it was emulated.
Yeah.
Like on
Yeah.
a PC, like on like Visual Boy Advance.
Yeah.
So it was good, and I really liked it, but I think the emulation let it down for me. So I never went back to it. But now that it's available on the
Yeah,
Switch,
you should.
Like, I absolutely want to go. I just don't have Switch Online anymore
Yeah.
because I don't have people to play online anything with anymore.
I can play online.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Why
I
didn't you
guess.
ask me,
But
dude?
also,
I'm
like,
free.
anytime we're playing Switch together, we're generally in the same household anyway. So, like,
Both playing Zelda. So.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, like, now that it's available, like, I certainly want to revisit it, and maybe that will move it on my list somewhere. But, like,
You can do online multiplayer for it.
can you?
as well, yep.
Oh, sick one.
As long
Okay.
as the Super Nintendo and Mario Kart game, 64. Because, like, all of those, they're
They're
online,
all online
compatible,
services. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. Well, maybe we'll play a little bit of it for the channel.
I'd be down.
Just see how it goes. Because, like,
Yeah.
it was really enjoyable what I did
Yeah.
play, but I think the emulation let it down for me.
Yeah.
And I would like to revisit it because I enjoyed what I did play.
Yeah. It is a solid Mario Kart game, and I hate that it's at the bottom of my list, but
Yeah. Well, you
it's hard
put
to
it there,
compare.
dude. So
I know, but it's just so hard to compare it to the rest when everything else is pretty high standard.
yeah, 100%.
I think a lot of people forget about that game. That's the first game that brought back older tracks.
Yeah.
It brought back all the SNES tracks.
True. That was the first time they did it.
yeah.
Oh, true.
I feel like a lot of people don't remember.
to be fair,
that.
it was only the 3rd game. So,
True.
like, yeah.
But everyone seems to be like, oh yeah, Mario Kart DS was the first one to bring back tracks from
True.
older games, and like,
Did Double Dash?
No.
No.
well, the thing is with the Game Boy one, it's all Super Nintendo, but like, it's not hard to. It wasn't hard for them
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But it was a
sure.
cool way you had to unlock it. Like I think you had to get like a star. Like you beat the game and you have to get a star ranking. No, you just have to do the cup again once you beat the game, and
Sure.
then you unlock the Mushroom Cup from the Super Nintendo.
okay.
Stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a lot of
yeah.
replayability, I guess.
yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I don't
Fair-
know if that
fair
factors
enough, yeah.
into your ranking at all, but yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Cool.
Nice one. Yeah. Number 6.
Number 6, mine is Double Dash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is probably a bit controversial. I think lots of people have Double Dash very high on that list.
Is Double Dash a well-loved game?
Yeah.
Like in the Mario Kart series?
Yeah. I think it had a bit of controversy when it first came out because it's a weird one.
Yeah,
Like you
sure.
play with 2 characters at any
Yeah,
one
yeah.
time. That's what I love about it.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
a super fun game to play.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're always with 2 characters at the same time. They brought a lot of new characters into the game.
Yeah.
Because I think Super Nintendo, Mario Kart 64, and Super Circuit had basically the same characters. But this one you got Waluigi, you got Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Piranha
Was that the first time
Plants.
Waluigi came into the game series?
Like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Nah, his first game was Mario Tennis.
No, into Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart.
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. Sweet.
Daisy, Koopa Troopa. Oh, no, Koopa Troopa was in the Super Nintendo.
This has been a very educational podcast for me so far.
I know my Mario Karts, and you had like Red Paratrooper, and all of the characters have unique items as well, which is really, really fun. Like Baby Mario, they have like chain chomps. Mario and Luigi, they have like green and red fireballs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really fun and unique game to play from that perspective. Really cool levels as well. Like Baby Park is just an all-time classic.
I fucking hate
just for
Baby
the chaos. I hate. Like, I have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
It's
I love how
chaotic.
chaotic it is, but
It's
I
great.
always dread when I see it.
Yeah, you Metroid dread it. No,
Dude,
we
you've
already
made that joke
pun.
already. Yeah, come on, dude.
Dino Dino Jungle was a really cool map, and that was brought back in 3DS too. Mushroom City and Mushroom Bridge are really fun. I really love those. They kind of remind me of Toad's Turnpike from 64.
Sure, okay, yeah.
Heaps of cars.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. I think I used to play it a lot, like back at school with my friends. Like I never owned it and never had a GameCube, but my friend had Double Dash and played it on his Wii.
Sure,
So
yeah,
we just used to
okay.
play that a lot. We used to play Mario Mart with that a lot.
Mario Mart.
Yeah, your drinking game.
Oh,
Have you never played Mario Mart?
no.
This is when I
I just
was.
thought you had a stroke or something. I was like, okay,
No,
dude.
not yet. No, this is when I was drinking, but like we would play Mario Mart. You had to like try and finish your drink by the end of the race.
But you could only drink when you were stopped, right?
Was
that version?
Yeah, you couldn't be accelerating.
Yeah, yeah.
But you had to finish your drink by the end.
I love watching compilations of that where people just they just like they just stay at the starting line, chug the
their
whole
drink
drink,
and then go.
and then just do the rate. Like
The way I
that's
used
insane.
to do it, because there's a lot of times where you go for like the zoomy parts where you don't have to accelerate, or you're going down hills. So when you do that, you just
yeah.
gull your drink real quick and
True,
you keep
okay.
going.
Oh, he's got the strategies
Yeah,
down. Okay.
I got I know all the Mario Kart strats.
You know the Mario Mart
Okay, the
strats.
Mario Kart strats. I
Nice.
think the only reason why it's down on my list is one, I just haven't played it as much as the rest of the list, and it's kind of really hard to control at the start.
Sure, okay,
I
yeah.
keep saying that it feels like you're playing on ice.
Yeah,
the entire
yeah.
time. So when you're playing the snow levels, it's even worse. It's just the controls are a bit weird, and drifting is better, but it's still a bit weird in that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they have heaps of different carts this time, which is really cool. So it's a really cool Mario Kart game, which I love, but just haven't played it as much as the rest, and that's why it's number 6.
Fair enough.
Yes, what's yours?
My number 6 is 64.
Sad.
Yeah.
Fair.
I had 64 as a kid. Like
Yeah.
on my as a kid. Like, you know, I had it on my 64.
Yeah.
I
Don't look.
don't know if it would have been my first Mario. I think it might have been my first Mario Kart experience.
Yeah.
I just think it
was mine.
controls like arse.
Yeah.
I think it's like by far the worst on this list.
yeah.
But like I think actually genuinely it's the worst Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
But I have a little bit of sentimental attachment, and I think the tracks on it are top tier.
yeah,
Like,
they're amazing.
so I think that's what redeems it on this list for me.
Yeah.
Is like it controls like arse. I think it looks somehow worse than the SNES one.
Yeah.
Like, but it has some amazing tracks.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it redeems itself a little bit,
yeah.
but not enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It's a hard.
yeah.
Every time I like try to introduce Mario Kart 64 to my friends who've never played it, they're like, "This is shit."
It
and they have
sucks.
the worst time.
Yeah.
But so yeah,
It's
I get
it's not a great game, unfortunately. But yeah, I think the nostalgia and like the tracks saves it for me a bit.
Yeah.
But I tried to put it higher, but I couldn't justify it.
That's fair.
Especially with like my top 5 I'm like solid on.
Yeah,
And so I was like, shit, where does 64 go?
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think I don't have much more to say about it. It was fine. I like it.
fair enough.
But only because I played it when I was younger.
Yeah.
I think if I tried to play it now for the first time, I'd want to die.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But yeah,
let's jump to number 5.
Okay.
I think you're gonna hate this one.
What's number 5 for you?
Mario Kart Wii.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna hate
Look.
the rest of my list.
Look, the rest of this list was really hard for me to kind of choose. So like the differences between each one is very minimal.
Sure.
So
I agree. Like,
don't get angry.
my top 5 are like that you could swap any of them and I'd probably still be happy.
Yeah,
you
same.
know. I think. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But like they're very minimal differences.
But Mario Kart Wii is an amazing. Mario
is,
Kart.
yeah.
It's probably one of the best out of the remaining ones I've got here. It's probably one of the best
Yeah,
Mario Kart.
100%.
The tracks on it are amazing. Like Coconut Mall.
Coconut Mall is
It's amazing.
banger.
Mushroom Gorge is probably my favorite level.
Yeah.
From that game. It is a banging level.
Yeah.
It's really good. The online mode for it was sick, and it still has like a massive scene.
Yeah,
to this day, like all the mods and shit they've done for it, it's amazing. But like you used to have all these online missions, which I remember doing as well. But I don't know, that was the first game where I really got into it. I got 3 stars for every cup. I was playing online all the time. I'd like set up for my Baby Mario, and which car I was using all the time. Just all the extra characters, all the awesome levels in that game. It's amazing, and you could do wheelies.
God, and that's number 5 for you?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, this game's really high for me. I think the only reason it's so low is purely just sentimental attachment. It's just not as high as the rest.
Yeah, fair enough.
But awesome game.
Yeah.
Maple Treeway is a beautiful level.
Oh god, yeah. I remember playing that for the first time. Like,
yeah,
I have a lot of. We'll get to that when I have it on my list. We'll talk about it. Yeah. God damn though.
But yeah, I do love this game. I can't. No, it's one of the best Mario Karts. I just purely just on sentimental attachment. It's just not as high.
Fair enough.
And it's honestly probably going to be like this for the rest of my list. So yeah, I apologize in advance if I piss anyone off, but that's my rank.
Damn, dude.
Cool.
Okay.
Sweet. What's yours?
My number 5 is Super Mario Kart.
Okay. I was expecting that to be lower.
I was too, until I started writing the list, and I was like, I think Super Mario Kart is my 5th because I only played it for the first time on the SNES Mini.
Oh, gotcha.
I played it for the first time on the SNES Mini, so like with the SNES controller, which was nice. And I have fond memories. So I just moved into like my first place, like out of home, like, by myself, not living with family anymore. And like my room, all I had set up in my room was like, my bookshelves, which had nothing on them yet. My like
now they do.
Yeah, not this place though. This was like this was in like my bedroom. I had my bookshelves, my bed, and then my little bedside table that I'd put a small little TV on.
Yeah, nice.
And I'd got my little SNES Mini, which had just come out not too long before.
Yeah.
And a friend came over to help me unpack some like DVDs and books and things, and we sat and played Super Mario Kart on the SNES Mini, like in like my empty room. Like it was just really lovely.
Yeah,
and I think that alone puts it higher on my list than like 64. But also, it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a great Mario Kart.
Like it's the first one, but it feels so much easier to get into than 64, for instance. Like it's so solid, and like it takes a little bit to get used to the controls, but it's a fantastic game.
It's awesome.
And like playing it with SNES controllers and like having that sort of like that really lovely, like, we're like hanging out, like, play, and because it came with 2 SNES controllers for the SNES Mini, so we could play together, and like, that sentimental attachment, I think, is the reason it's so high. But it's solid though, as well as that.
And the music in that game is top tier. It's so good. That original like Mario Circuit track is iconic. They still use that music in like new Mario games.
It's
good choice.
It's insane.
I like that.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But so that's my number 5 on the list.
Yeah, sweet. Awesome.
So we're into the top half now.
Yeah, we're in the top 4. So I haven't guessed. So
what did you guess?
I guessed. What did I guess? I think 3 was Mario Kart Wii, 2 was Mario Kart DS, number 1 was Deluxe.
Deluxe, yeah.
Okay, so
you're still on track.
I'm still on track.
For you, I guessed. What did I guess? I guessed DS Wii Deluxe, didn't I?
No, it was 64.
64.
We should have wrote this down.
64 Wii Deluxe, I think was what I guessed.
Should we write this down?
No, I don't care.
Oh, okay. I kind of cared a little.
I can put it on the screen. I mean, and
it's
also
just so we remember because we just forgot.
I mean, yeah, but that's fine. But yes,
cool.
Top 4.
You're gonna hate my number 4.
Yeah. So what is your number 4?
Mario Kart Deluxe. Whoa. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel a bit better.
Oh, does it?
Anyway.
That doesn't make me feel good. That means I've missed my number 1.
Deluxe is not my number 1.
Fuck! That was my number 1 for you.
That was my number 1 for you as well.
Really?
Explain why. Why is Deluxe not your number 1 like I expected it to be?
Again, it's just not sentimental attachment.
Dude, you've played like fucking 300 hours of that game. Like, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, Look, I think it's the best Mario Kart.
Oh, well, hands down,
the best,
the
Mario,
best
Kart.
Mario Kart.
The most tracks, most characters, most battle modes,
best
most DLC,
controls,
best controls,
best graphics, obviously.
It's definitely
Best
the best.
everything.
There's no question.
But
It just doesn't have the same sentimental attachment to me as the other games on my list. Which, listeners, you probably guess what those are now.
yeah,
Which you probably figured out in your head.
yeah. I don't know the order though, but I'm interested to see.
But I do love this game.
Yeah,
It's because I got it for my Switch when I got it in 2018. I just remember having the best time, even just doing the one player, but just like I play it all the time. Obviously with you, my friends, and my family, we play it all the time.
Yeah, God,
because my family's kind of spread out throughout Australia, but like. We always play it online. I played it on when I streamed on Twitch once, which was really fun. Someone in the comments was teaching me all the strats for like competitive Mario Kart. Nice. And I was like, okay, sweet.
I feel like every single time prior to Tears of the Kingdom that I would boot up my Switch, you'd be online playing Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like 9 times out of 10, you're online playing Mario Kart.
The one thing I can brag about in my life is that I'm good at Mario Kart.
That is true. I have only beat you in like 2 races, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I love it to death, and there's some banging tracks. Wild Woods is a beautiful track.
Yeah.
I love Twisted Mansion. Hyrule Circuit is an awesome
Hyrule
DLC
Circuit's
track.
great, yeah.
I love it.
I
And the
love
fact they
Animal
brought-
Crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the fact they brought in characters like Link
Yeah.
and
Isabelle and the
and all
villagers.
that is
Yeah.
really cool.
And the Inklings.
Yeah, I don't care as much for them, but
I mean, I don't play as them, but I think it's cool that they're there. Like,
I hope in the last DLC wave they bring in Captain Falcon.
That
It
would be
makes
really
sense.
cool. Yeah,
Mute
yeah.
City's an awesome track.
Mute City is
I
fucking
love
rad,
that
dude.
track. It's a lot of Dolphin Shoals is a really cool. The soundtrack. My thoughts are all over the place. The soundtrack in this game is banging.
I was specifically going to mention the soundtrack for Dolphin Shoals when I got to my Mario
it's
Kart
just so
8 Deluxe.
jazzy and big bandy and
There's
bass and the
there is a fantastic, not to plug other people's content, but also to
it.
plug other people's
Yeah.
content. There is a fantastic YouTube channel called 8-Bit Music Theory.
Yeah,
who does like analysis
that.
of video game music.
Yeah.
He did one of the sax solo in Dolphin Shoals.
Yeah.
And it's top tier, and it made me I loved that track already,
Yeah.
but that analysis made me appreciate the track a lot more.
Yeah.
And like, it's honestly like, it's not my favorite track, but that might be my favorite piece of music in this whole franchise.
It's really good.
It's fucking incredible.
It is a solid level. I like Dolphin Shoals.
I like it. It's not my favorite, but I
Yeah.
like it. But that music
It's so good.
elevates it so high.
And the Rainbow Roads and Bowser Castle in this game aren't hard as well. They don't feel as like, weirdly difficult like compared to older games.
God,
but they're still,
the older games are rough.
they're rough. But good. It's just, oh man, all of the tracks and all of the base set tracks are just amazing. All the DLC stuff is good. Even like the lower quality tracks are still fun to play just based on how the game controls and everything, and the gravity a bit but all the gravity sections are really
like
cool.
that. Yeah,
it's a shame they don't do it as much for the new wave of DLC.
Oh yeah, I get it, but
We'll talk about on a future podcast, but it's a bit of a shame. Like the new wave of DLC doesn't really compare to the base game.
yeah, fair enough.
It's really cool. It's awesome. I'm glad they're still doing stuff in that game. I thought it was dead, like a couple of years ago.
When they announced that they were doing the waves of like the 8 waves, I was like, whoa, that's actually shitloads more tracks.
Yeah.
Like I really appreciate that.
It's a lot of content.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's fantastic. And I really do love this game, but unfortunately, just not in the top
Not in your
three.
top 3 though.
Yeah. What? Okay. Yours.
Well, my number 4 is Mario Kart DS.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really. This is a wild list, dude.
Please explain.
So Mario Kart DS, I played it a fair bit growing up. So I didn't have a DS, but my sister had a DS Lite.
Yeah, I remember you too.
And so that was my first. That's how I played Pokemon Pearl for the first time. And and she had an R4 card for it, which we got as a gift. Like she had an R4 card that we'd preloaded a shitload of games onto.
Yeah.
One of them was Mario Kart DS.
Yeah.
And my cousin who had a lime green DS Lite, which was really cool.
That's awesome.
Would always play Mario
green?
Kart DS. Yeah, it was a lime green one.
Those exist.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember why it was limited edition, but if I can find the box, I'll pop it up on the screen. But
awesome.
she had a lime green DS Lite, which was, I remember it so clearly.
Yeah.
And she would always play Mario Kart DS. So then we got it on our R4 cards so that we could then play with her as well.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this was in the time when I was in primary school and we would all bring our DSs to school.
That's awesome.
And we'd all sit around. Some people had like the classic DSs still, and we'd all sit around and just play Mario Kart DS together.
Yeah.
So like, it's very, very sentimental to me in that sense. I think that was like my first, I'd played 64.
Yeah.
But I think that was like my first proper Mario Kart experience, playing with people on the same system and I don't know. It's very sentimental to me, but like, I think my top 3 are way more sentimental.
Yeah.
And while I think DS is an incredibly solid game, I think my top 3 are more solid.
Do you like the mission mode in it?
I do like the mission mode a lot, yeah. And it's got some banging tracks. It looked really nice on the DS Lite. So like, there are a lot of things working in its favor, obviously, as you'll probably chat about too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's, I don't know. It falls, I considered swapping 3 and 4. And so when I talk about my 3, you'll see why. I considered swapping 3 and 4, but I think 3 just won out on sentimentality and gameplay generally. But we'll chat about that.
Yeah, nice. Alrighty.
Top 3. What is your number 3?
My number 3. What did you guess my number 3?
I guessed your number 3 as
I think
Wii.
Wii. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's Mario Kart DS.
Sure, okay. Yeah. Oh, so I nearly put DS as number 3.
Yeah.
So hit me,
This game, oh man, where do I even begin? It's an amazing... So I got Mario Kart DS when I was in grade 4. Was that 2007?
Fuck, I was in grade 9. 5 in 2006.
I got it for my birthday. And so whenever I got new games sometimes, because I wasn't really allowed to play it on weeknights, only like Friday night in the weekend, but when I got this, I was allowed to play it on my birthday. So I played the shit out of this game. You don't understand how much I put into this game. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like the graphics looked really good for the DS.
100%.
Banging tracks. Some amazing tracks like Yoshi Falls, Luigi's Mansion.
Falls was the best.
TikTok Clock.
TikTok Clock is an absolute banger.
Airship Fortress, Shroom Ridge, Waluigi Pinball, of course.
Yeah.
Just some really awesome tracks in that game. But I just played it all the time. That's the game like I really got in. Like I played 64 on Super Nintendo a lot when I was younger, but I think I played a good amount of this.
Yeah.
More solo.
Fair enough.
playing.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of that. And the mission mode alone was just makes it for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes it a really fun single player game too.
Yeah.
Whereas I think a lot of these games fall down on single player, whereas DS had a solid single player mode, which I really appreciated because I wanted to play it at home as well as with my friends. You know? So I liked that a lot.
It was just being able to do that, and I'm like, I want to get 3 stars on all the missions. So that's what I did. And you do, because you had, I think, 6 sets of missions. So once you get 3 star or a star ranking all of them, you unlock the 7th set. So you do all of that. You had boss fights, all the missions. It was just so cool. It's just like nothing you'd really done in the Mario Kart before. And it just added so much layers to the game. And then this was the game that really had that brought back tracks from other games in a big way.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. So it was really cool for me to see like all old Super Nintendo tracks, 64 tracks, GameCube, Game Boy. It was just awesome.
And all handheld too.
All handheld too.
It was
just like a massive Mario Kart experience on a handheld device.
Yeah.
And I just had so much fun playing it. And I played it with my friends. I played a lot with my family. And the good thing about this is not everyone had to have Mario Kart.
Yes, of course.
If one person had Mario Kart, everyone could do, I think it was DS Link or something. I can't remember what it was called.
I think that was like one of the only games that did that.
Yeah.
I don't remember many games doing that because like...
I think Mario 64 DS did for mini games.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and New Super Mario Brothers.
That's right,
But I have so many memories playing that with my family, just like on car trips or at home or whenever we went away. It's just like it holds a really big place in my heart, that game.
And that's number 3.
And that's number 3. I think it's probably the second best out of all the Mario Karts.
I agree, yeah. I would
to
agree.
Mario Kart Deluxe.
Yeah.
It was the first one that had online.
Yeah.
And I know, say what you will about online, but it was okay. It wasn't the best.
Worked, yeah. I mean, and by the way, this was like... this was the first Nintendo system to have an online capability of any kind. Yeah. So like for what it was, it did really well.
It did really well.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned how to snake in Mario Kart.
Sure, okay,
So
yeah.
I ended up getting pretty solid at that. And I used
Solid
to do
snake, dude?
Yeah. Dude, put it there. Put it right there. Nice.
Whoa, that was
That was
Chris,
Chris.
buddy.
The microphone's got that.
I probably didn't.
Probably did.
That's
It's giving me
fine.
this distant like clap and
Yeah.
yeah, cool. But that's my number 3.
Damn.
Cool. Alrighty.
My number 3.
What did I guess for you?
I think you guessed.
I think I did. Oh, no,
you guess-
I think I did DS as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I nearly swapped my 3 and my 4, but I settled on 3 being Mario Kart 7.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
In the same, pretty much the exact same story that you just told about
Yeah.
DS is my experience with 7. So when I got my 3DS, like I got it for Christmas the year that it came out.
Yeah.
And the game that it came bundled with at the time was Mario Kart 7. And
Yeah, got
so
it.
I got, and that was the only 3DS game I had.
Yeah.
For like
For a hot minute.
a couple of months at
Yeah.
least, until I got Ocarina of Time. But and
Yeah.
that's a whole nother podcast. But
I'm keen
it
for
was
that one.
the first game I owned on my 3DS.
Yeah.
And, you know, the 3DS was like the shit when it came out. I
Yeah.
was like blown away by it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have glasses at the time. I think I have glasses because of the fucking
Yeah.
3DS.
Yeah. You turn the 3DS setting up.
All the
3D
way up.
setup.
And then I
Yeah.
couldn't see anything for days. But like, honestly, that game, look, is it the most solid game in the series? No. Does it
Yeah.
look the best? No. But I think it might be the game I've put the second most amount of time into
Yeah.
in this series. My number 1 game on my list is the one I've definitely put the most time into.
Yeah.
But I think Mario Kart 7 is the one I put the most time into before, outside of that. It was incredible. I would take it everywhere with me. I would be playing it while I was walking around the shops,
Yeah, same.
just all the time. It was in my hands at all times.
Yeah.
And it just was very sentimental to me.
It was your main.
It was my main.
Yeah.
My main has been the same for most games. It's Koopa Trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a new character and that he hadn't been in Mario Kart for a bit.
Yeah,
he was in
yeah.
the Wii, but he,
He was
wasn't
in the Wii,
He
yeah.
wasn't on DS.
No, he wasn't
Yeah.
on DS, but he came back in 3DS.
Yeah.
Koopa Trooper is always my main, and on Deluxe it's my main as well.
Yeah.
I have been switching it up. I did do Donkey Kong for a little bit, but just for a heavier kart loadout. But
Yeah.
Koopa Trooper is always my main. Love
For a
that
bigger load.
Love that little guy. Yeah. But yeah, so I think Mario Kart 7 holds a lot of sentimental value to me. It's not the best.
Yeah.
I know it's not the best, but I really love it. And like a few years ago, I actually like booted up my 3DS again and
Yeah.
played a little bit of Mario Kart 7 again. Like,
Yeah.
and I loved, oh my God, and I loved the 7 ability.
Yeah.
Like the
that's
item.
really cool.
Yeah, I think that was when I got that for the first time in the game, I
shit.
was like,
Lucky
what
7,
the
baby.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
I think that was a big factor. The tracks are amazing.
Do you have a favorite track?
Yes, and I can't remember the fucking name of it. With the xylophones and the glockenspiels. And
Music Park.
Sorry?
Music Park.
It's not called Music Park.
Is it not?
No, it's not Melody Motorway, but it's not Music Park. It's
Why did I wrote Music Park on
I
my
swear it's not called Music Park. Let me check.
There was a lot of hype and like because I didn't have Mario Kart 7 for a while.
Yeah.
So like but I remember like I downloaded the
Is it called,
soundtrack.
did I just lie to you? Is it called Music Park? I don't think it is.
Did I lie to you and call it music? I think we're thinking of the same track.
Let me check. I've pulled up Music Park. Oh fuck! It is called Music Park.
Yeah. Told you I never
some-
Mario Kart did.
Is it named differently on Deluxe?
No.
I don't know. For some reason in my head, Music Park is a different track. Fuck. Well, I've really shown my shown my
Because they
hand
have that
there.
new like DJ like electronic music level in Deluxe.
Yeah.
Maybe you're getting it confused.
Maybe I am. But either way, that one where you drift around the
Yeah.
xylophones and the glockenspiels, like I could do that track with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
And because at the time when I was playing Mario Kart 7, I was, heavy into playing mallet percussion. And so I was like, a track
is awesome.
a track with xylophones in it? I was like,
Just for
yo,
me?
a track just for me? Yeah, it was amazing.
The
And
sound design on that level is
it's
phenomenal.
so brilliant. Like when
Yeah.
you drift around and it adds to the, yeah.
You go
it's
along the
brilliant.
glockenspiel goes.
Yeah, adds to the music.
I love it.
It adds it incorrectly, mind you.
Yeah,
But anyway. Okay. Coming for you, Music Park.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I love 7. It holds a lot of sentimental value to me, and I think it's a solid game.
Yeah, it is good. I do enjoy Mario Kart 7.
Fuck yeah.
It's good times. Alrighty. Top 2.
Top 2.
Alrighty.
So these next 2.
It's very like just more subjective than anything else.
I definitely agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So
What is your number two?
Number two, and this kind of gives away number one as well.
Yeah.
Number two is Super Mario Kart.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I would not have put that in your top three.
Yeah. So this and Mario Kart 64 are the games that I first played with Mario Kart and basically what I grew up on when I was really little. And I don't know. Super Mario Kart is just like very special and very nostalgic for me. Just like all the
Did you have a Super Nintendo?
Yeah. So my older brother had a Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 with both Mario Karts on it, and I've somehow kept it.
Sure.
I have it in my place now to sort of look after it. They're just really special games. Super Mario Kart, I just used to play it a lot. Didn't do a lot of multiplayer because we only had like one controller. So it was just a lot of one player, but I just really enjoyed playing just all of the tracks. Mario, it's a bit repetitive. There's lots of Mario circuits, lots of Ghost Valleys, lots of
of course,
Koopa Troopa beaches, but it's just iconic.
Yeah,
I think.
Absolutely.
And like, you know what? Super Mario Kart is a solid Mario Kart game to play. It's just like very basic Mario Kart, but it's fun. And it's more, I think it's more technical based than a lot of Mario Karts.
It is very technical, but that was, I mean, due to the system it was on, and due to the time it was made in, but yes.
To be honest, for a 1992 SNES game, it looks awesome.
For real, it still looks really nice.
Yeah, it still looks really nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have so many memories. I can't think of like one like real specific moment, but just like lots of playing it just like on a little TV, playing on a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the music as well. It's just like iconic.
Yeah,
just like all the melodies, the instruments and the MIDI files they use for all those tracks. It's just like so good. It's definitely not the best Mario Kart. Actually, objectively, it's probably one of the worst.
I mean, I'd still put it higher than 64, but
but man, it's it's an amazing game, and I always go back to it sometimes if I've got nothing to play, and it's on my Switch as well.
So
sometimes I just play it on that.
Awesome,
it's cool to play that game handheld, and it's just great. It's just a great time. It just feels good to be able to play it well.
Fuck yeah.
Like once you get good at it, you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And like,
I think all of these games, like once you get good at them, you're like, oh my God, I am incredible.
This game just feels more like a racing game than the rest. Like they're shorter levels, sure, and they're not anywhere as complex. But like you do 5 laps and it's just great. And doing time trials for that was just something I used to do a lot and try and beat my score every time. So it's a great game. I love it. That's why it's number 2. It's definitely not the best, but it's special. Alrighty, your number 2. So I've got Wii and Deluxe left, which were what I guess for your top 3.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that.
My number 2 is Deluxe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 8 cool. Deluxe. I mean, like, I don't even need to. We've already said enough about 8 Deluxe, to be honest. It's like, it's an incredible game. It's by far the best game in the series.
Yeah.
And to be honest, in the same way that I think DS and 7 in my 4th and 3rd spot, respectively, could be interchangeable.
Yeah.
I think that my 1 and 2 slots could be interchangeable too.
Yeah.
Like, if you said to me, no, you have to have Deluxe as number 1 and Wii as number 2, I'd go, okay.
Sure.
Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But, like, I like them for different reasons.
Yeah.
I think Deluxe is, like... I think Deluxe has been... I don't know, honestly. I wish I could see how many hours in my lifetime I've put into both of those games combined.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think it'd be pretty close for my top 2. And by far, I've put the most time into my top 2.
Yeah.
I think that Deluxe, for me, is, a perfect Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they opted for the DLC 8 Waves rather than, like, Mario Kart 9, for instance.
Yeah.
Because, like... Where the fuck do you go from here?
Yeah.
I think 8 is a perfect number of games in the series.
Yeah.
I think if we get a 9, it needs to be in 10 years. Like,
it'll be for the new console. They won't go a new console without a Mario Kart.
No.
It's the best. I think it's the best selling game. For the Switch.
I think it is, And again, 8 Deluxe was when I got my Switch, a story I've told many times on this channel, and I got it the week Odyssey came out. I got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe the same day as well. And so when I was taking breaks from Odyssey during the first couple of months I owned my Switch, I only owned Odyssey and 8 Deluxe. So when I wasn't playing Odyssey, I was playing 8 Deluxe. And it was just incredible, and it still is incredible. And I haven't put in half the amount of hours you've put into it, but I've put in so many hours. I
have my Switch. I don't know how many hours. I think it's at least 100 and some It must be close to 200 by now.
I think you're close to 2. I think I've put in just over 100 on mine. Maybe just under 100.
It's a phenomenal game.
But yeah, it's...
The online could be better.
The online could be better. And like, this is the only game where I actually actively enjoy the battle modes.
Yeah.
I don't want to enjoy them or play them, but if they do come up, I'm like, okay, sure, I'll play them.
I'll play it.
But like...
Yeah. It just has the most.
I mean, it's got like nearly every fucking track from the entire franchise in this one game. Yeah. It's got the most amount of characters, the most amount of carts, the most amount of things to do.
Yeah.
And I don't really have anything more to say. It's a perfect game.
If they added a mission mode, this game would just...
If they added a mission mode, they would never need to make another Mario Kart again.
It would be perfect. I think that's just the one thing it lacks that Mario Kart DS had. I don't know. They should just have mission mode for every game.
Yeah. No, I agree, yeah.
It's just so good. It just adds to that one-player experience, you know?
Yeah, and I think for 8
200cc.
Yeah. God.
What a ridiculous mode.
200cc is fucked.
What
dude.
A challenge.
Baby Park on 200cc
insanity
is like literally like nothing else on this planet.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, the amount of like hours I put in trying to get 3 stars on each cup in 200.
I've done 3 stars on every cup except the 200 cups because
Tracks.
I just fucking can't.
Yeah.
Tracks, cups, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 stars on cups.
Yeah, I don't have 3 stars on any of the 200. I mean, I think I've got 3 stars on a couple of the 200 cups, but like fucking hard though.
Yeah.
Really fucking hard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's just a lot of braking.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. Yeah. Because like the computer don't do that well.
Yeah.
For some reason. So it's not that hard, but it's a challenge.
It's difficult.
It's definitely a challenge. Absolutely.
And let's just to clarify, whenever I'm doing those, all my PC CPUs are always on hard. Like I'm not going to cop out and do like fucking easy CPUs. Like fuck that. I'm not
they're only hard when they're on hard. Every other mode they're piss easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're so beatable. Even on hard sometimes I'm like, it was a dumb mistake.
Yeah.
But like sometimes they're fucking ruthless.
Yeah,
on
they
hard.
can be ruthless. Yeah. One mistake and you're just gone.
You're fucked.
One sky shell, and then I think the only grab I have for this game is the double item thing, because it just means you can cheese like having multiple red shells.
Oh, see, I love the double item. That saves me from so many things, like you know, having like 2 bananas or 2 green shells. Like it just stops you from being hit all the time. Yeah. Whenever I get a sound box, I always hang on to that in case of blue shells come. I think the one thing I hate about Mario Kart are the lightning.
Yeah.
The lightning ability. And the squid ink ability.
Yeah, I always turn it off now.
The squid ink ability on the DS was fine because you can look at yourself on the bottom screen and you can kind of like get away with it.
Yeah.
But on the Switch, it feels like it just fills
the whole screen,
the entire fucking screen.
Yeah.
Which is so like it's ridiculous.
It's annoying.
At least on the other releases, it feels like there's always a little bit you can like, I can make out where I am.
Yeah.
The Switch one feels so unfair.
Yeah.
And the lightning ability can fuck off and die. Like it is my least favorite thing about these games.
Yeah.
For real.
You just turn mini, and if someone like crushes you, you're just crushed for it being going even slower,
and you lose your items, and you're like, oh my god! But if it wasn't as frequent, you know, it'd be fine. But like, I feel like it happens like 20 times a race.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I hate it too.
But yeah, well,
good game.
We've obviously good game. 10 out of 10. We've obviously given away our top ones.
Yeah,
and we've both spoken about each other's top ones already. But let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So your top one,
numero
obviously,
uno, Mario Kart 64.
I should have guessed that as your top one.
I'm surprised you put it so low.
I don't know why I didn't guess it as your top one. I'm shocked Wii's not in your top 3, but whatever.
Again, the top 5 were just hard to compare.
Yeah.
Like I could swap around a couple and I'd be like, yep, that's fine.
But yeah, hit me with like, why is 64 your number 1?
This is the most nostalgic Mario Kart out of all of them. Yeah. That track, like I used to play the 64 a shit ton when I was little, and I still do. But yeah, I used to play Mario Kart 64 all the time, and especially with my family as well. We used to have at least 2 or 3 controllers, so we'd play together a lot. Lots of Wario Stadium playthroughs, man. Because that's just like it's like a bike. What do you call it? Like the dirt bike circuit.
Like a BMX track.
Yeah, like a BMX track. Yeah, so it's just fun doing all
Wario
that.
Stadium's great fun.
Yeah, and using the lightning before that big jump, so people would like fall in and like immediately.
You're the reason I hate the lightning. You're the reason I hate the lightning.
Yeah. But no, this is very nostalgic. I have so many memories of just playing this when I was little, all the way up to basically now. Like sometimes we still get the 64 out, or I bring it up to Toowoomba and play it with my family, and we'll just play it. It's so much fun. And the tracks, man. I was trying to write down my top 3 tracks. I think I wrote down nearly every track.
Jesus. What did you write down as your top 1 track for this?
Number 1, I don't even know if it's my number 1. I love Yoshi Valley just because of the fact like all of like the characters are question marks, so you don't know who's coming first. Know. It's a really awesome thing. And I think that was just because the game couldn't handle it. It wasn't, I don't think it was intentional. Someone could correct me for that, but I think it was simply the game couldn't handle the map being so confusing. Whoa. So I didn't know where the players just was
like, we'll just put them as question marks.
Put in the question mark. But hey, it's awesome.
That's rad.
I love that. So I got Yoshi Valley number 1. Number 2 is all of like the Mario Luigi Raceways, just because that soundtrack.
The soundtrack is amazing.
I love the soundtrack, and sometimes I'll still throw it on when I'm listening to work, and it gets me emotional, man. It's just
that's really wholesome, actually.
It's such a I don't know. I remember like I have memories of like when I was little, just running around singing the soundtrack from Choco Mountain. Toad's Turnpike is a banging soundtrack.
Toad's Turnpike is amazing.
It's amazing. It can be an annoying level because of all of the cars going around. Rainbow Road has a beautiful soundtrack.
Rainbow Road in 64 is amazing.
It's so good.
It's
but then I got Koopa Troopa Beach, which is nice. Jungle Parkway, Calamari Days. I think I listed basically all of them.
Yeah, you've got pretty much all of them there.
Yeah. I've sung. I don't know how many hours I sunk into that game when I was a kid, and even now. No, I just have. It's just like such a big part of me growing up with video games. And it's just iconic. It's just an iconic. It's one of the first major multiplayer games in the series that really pioneered the 64. Yeah. Pioneered Mario Kart. And I could talk about Mario Kart 64, and I kind of want to do a podcast on it.
Just about 64.
It's a very special game in my heart. And it will never top anything. It's definitely not the best Mario Kart. It's probably one of the worst.
I hate it so much.
Yeah.
But just for like the playability.
The playability, the controls are really hard to get into. Yeah. The frame rate can be a bit icky when you're doing multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like it even like the speed, sometimes it makes you go really fast or really slow. Yeah. It's just it's a very inconsistent, glitchy kind of a broken game.
So I can see why you'd like it.
So I see why I like it. It's special.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's hard to put into words.
Fair enough.
Honestly, it's not the best Mario Kart. It definitely. I actually no. I think the tracks are the best in the series.
The tracks, I think, in 64 are I'd say like top.
The way they upgraded it into deluxe is like I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Yeah, they look so nice on deluxe.
They still look like they look nice, and then with all like the gravity mechanics and stuff, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful game. I love. Well, not really. It is in my head. Yeah, but like when you go back and look at it objectively, it isn't. But I love Mario Kart 64. It's great. I have a very, very strong bias towards the 64.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I didn't guess that as your top game. Based
I have 64 shirts, and
I know. I don't know why I didn't. I mean, I think purely just because of the hours you've put into 8 Deluxe. I was like, surely it's that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my number 1. It's an amazing game. And yours is Mario Kart Wii.
Wii, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it's Wii.
Yeah. To be honest, that's expected. I think most people around our age will put Mario Kart Wii at the top, if not DS.
Yeah, it was a toss-up if I wanted, like... I mean, if I was going to put any other at the top, it'd probably be 7, purely for that. Like, but 7 and DS are so close in my heart. But, I just pulled up a list of the courses on Wii because, like, I could talk about them all day. Yeah. But, like,
good
as I've already said... Coconut Mall, one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Yeah.
Maple Treeway is
one of the best looking.
Gorgeous track. And also then obviously because it was in 7 as well. So I played it a lot on because I was like,
was it in 7?
It was, yeah.
Oh.
I played it so much on 7 because of my nostalgia for the Wii. I absolutely love Cooper Cape. Wario's Gold Mine is a bitch of a track, but God, if I don't love it. Like
it's that soundtrack.
Mushroom Gorge, Moo Moo Meadows, Grumble Volcano, Moonview Highway.
Yeah, I've got that on my list
Bowser's Castle is fantastic. Yeah. Like, there is not a bad track in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, then you've also got, like, you know, the 4 retro cups as well, but, like, the Wii ones are just, they're fantastic. Yeah. And I think that, like, I don't know. I think I would struggle to find out whether I put more time in. I think Wii is definitely the one I've put more time into. Maybe Deluxe is creeping up, but like Wii was like, you know, back in like 2007, 8, 9, like anytime my family would get together, like especially at my auntie's place, because I was quite close with my cousin, like we would always just bust out the Wii, always on Mario Kart Wii. Like anytime, there's actually a photo of me from, if I can like find it and I'll put it up like on the screen, but there's a photo of me and like 7 other friends all sitting on the floor at my auntie's place. I think this would have been like my birthday in like 2009, and we're all holding Wii remotes, all playing fucking Mario Kart.
Nice.
It was just fucking amazing, dude. Like it was the party game. I never got into Smash.
Fair.
So Mario Kart was always my party game. I did play a fuckload of Smash Brawl though on the Wii, but like I never got into it as much as everyone else seemed to. And I was never as good at it as everyone else seemed to be. But I got into Mario Kart Wii so heavy. The tracks were amazing. The controls, like, you know, and this was in the era where like we had the steering wheel attachment for the Wii.
I recently played Mario Kart because I just went to one of my work friends and he has it. And I was playing it again and I was expecting it to be pretty shit. But actually, it's not.
It handles really nicely,
well.
And it's, I don't know, man. I just think it's like, I don't think it's the best in the series. Obviously, that's 8 Deluxe. But I think it might be the most solid.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
like
the most consistent.
Yeah. And I love it so much.
Yeah.
It holds a very special place in my heart. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of it.
My
like,
boy Funky Kong.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, Funky Kong.
Being in those games.
Yeah.
And all the baby characters as well.
Yeah, the baby characters was cool. It was a nice touch.
Yeah. Some reason when you were talking about there's a photo of you and your friends playing it, like, it made me remember of a video, I think it's when I was like 4 or 5 of me, Matt and my little brother playing the Super Nintendo. I don't know what game I was playing. I'm kind of hoping it's Mario Kart, but it was probably All Stars or something.
Sure, yeah.
For some reason, it just made me think of that.
Yeah.
Like, what a time.
And you know, that photo was taken on a digital camera and developed. I have like the actual photo.
Shit. Hell yeah.
So like, I actually think there's a photo album down in that desk there. I actually think it's in
see
there.
It. I'll post the video here.
Yeah,
the photo.
Well, I would have already posted, like I said. I'll post it again.
Did you say it?
Yeah, I said that already, dude.
I wasn't listening.
I know.
Sorry.
I was testing you. No, I didn't say it. No, I did say it. No, I'm just gaslighting you now.
I'm lit with gas.
Gas lamping you, dude.
Gas tanking me.
Gas tanking.
Damn.
Submarining you. Fuck.
Titanic number 2, baby.
Oh my god. Topical. Yeah, like fucking a month ago, dude. But anyway.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, I mean, that's our top list. Do you just want to go over your like 8 in order from like 8 to 1 again, just so we can recap them?
Yeah, sounds good. Alrighty, so number 8, Mario Circuit for the Game Boy Advance. Number 7, 3DS Mario Kart.
Yep.
Mario Kart 7. Number 6, Double Dash on the GameCube. Number 5, Mario Kart Wii. Number 4, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. 3, Mario Kart...
Just still shocking, yeah.
I don't like that it's there, but hey man, what are you gonna do? Yeah. Number 3, Mario Kart DS. Number 2, Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, and number 1, Mario Kart 64.
Sick, yeah. And then my one, just to recap, Mario Kart Double Dash GameCube at number 8.
Yeah.
7 is Super Circuit on the Game Boy. 6 is Mario Kart 64.
Yep.
I like that your 7 was 7 and my 6 was 64. Anyway.
I like that.
5 was Super Mario Kart on the SNES. 4 was Mario Kart DS.
Yep.
3 was Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. 3DS. Anyway.
Yeah, nice, dude.
2 was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and 1 was Mario Kart Wii.
So I got your top 2.
You did, yeah.
Did I?
In the wrong order, though.
In the wrong order.
But you got them, though. Yeah.
Nice. I'm glad I got that. That was a good guess. Nice. Cool.
Okay.
Well, that wraps it up.
That wraps it up. Yeah, let us know what you thought about this different format. Like, obviously, we're still talking about the games, but, you know, doing like a ranking for a series.
Yeah.
If there's any series in particular you'd like to hear us talk about, let us know. Assuming we can.
Don't say Zelda, because I haven't played Wind Waker or Twilight Princess.
Okay.
So
maybe we could
me a bit of time
maybe we could do
one.
a Zelda ranking without those 2 in it, because I've played very little of those 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I kind of want to save that one.
I like the idea of doing this kind of format in future
like
for another game series that we both...
Pokemon.
Oh, that would be difficult. That would be a 3-hour episode.
Yeah, that'll be a long one. We might have to just separate it into 2 parts.
Gens 1 to 4 and Gens 5 to 8.
Yeah.
The 5 to 8 would be fucking short. I've hardly played them.
Yeah.
Actually, no, 5. I mean, I can tell you right now, it goes in order. 5 would be my number 1, and then 6, 7, 8 after, like in order after that.
Good call.
9. Forgot there was a 9 now. Fuck me, dude.
We'll talk about that on the ranking. When we do that eventually.
That would be fascinating. Yeah, we should do a Pokemon ranking.
Yeah, I'd be down.
We'll do a Pokemon ranking.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll save that for a bit down the line. Though.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing this.
This was great fun, honestly. Yeah.
Really good.
I wish I was more prepared like you were, but
no, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good fun. Though.
Yeah. We'll see you next time. I don't know what we're doing next, but
yeah. Well, you'll see when we see it. Yeah.
You'll see it in a week. I'm sure it'll be great.
Great. Alrighty. Well, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Again, make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing if you're on YouTube. Leave us a 5-star review if you're listening on. Leave us a review of some kind, preferably a 5-star review.
Be honest, though.
It helps like boost us up in like Spotify's algorithm and like Apple Music or Google, wherever you're listening to this. And yeah, thanks for tuning in once more, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Bye.
See you later.